The classic Cinderella story gets a dark, twisted makeover in the 2024 horror film Cinderella's Revenge. If you're familiar with the original fairy tale, be prepared for a dramatic shift in tone. Directed by Andy Edwards and written by Tom Jolliffe, this version of Cinderella trades her glass slippers for a thirst for vengeance. But does this bold reimagining hit the mark, or does it stumble over its own ambitions? From the outset, the movie sets a grim tone. In the first scene, we witness the brutal murder of Cinderella's father, orchestrated by her cruel stepmother. This tragedy sets the stage for a revenge story that veers far from the Disney version. Instead of a fairy tale romance, we're thrust into a world where Cinderella, played by Staerck, becomes a vengeful slasher, her mission fueled by the twisted guidance of her fairy godmother, portrayed by Natasha Henstridge. The plot focuses heavily on bloodshed, with Cinderella exacting her revenge on her stepfamily in a series of gruesome scenes. While the idea of turning Cinderella into a killer might sound intriguing on paper, the execution leaves much to be desired. The film's emphasis on violence and gore often overshadows any meaningful exploration of the character's motivations or emotional journey. The revenge plot, which could have been a powerful narrative, feels underdeveloped, as if Cinderella's only aim is to kill rather than truly seek justice for the wrongs done to her. Visually, the film offers a mixed bag. While the slasher scenes are adequately executed, they lack the impact that horror fans might expect. The blood and gore are there, but they often come off as fake, detracting from the horror experience. On the other hand, the film's glam moments, where Cinderella is outfitted in high-fashion designs by 20th-century icons, offer a visually striking contrast to the otherwise dark tone. These scenes, however, feel out of place in a story that's otherwise focused on brutal revenge. Henstridge's portrayal of the fairy godmother is one of the film's highlights. Her character is a far cry from the benevolent figure we know from the original tale. Instead, she's a manipulative force, encouraging Cinderella's descent into madness. This twisted take on the fairy godmother adds an interesting layer to the story, though it might leave some viewers questioning the film's moral compass. Unfortunately, the film's pacing is uneven, with long stretches that feel more tedious than tense. The horror elements are often diluted by scenes that seem to drag on without adding much to the narrative. Moreover, the setting, which is supposed to evoke a grand castle, comes across as underwhelming, further diminishing the film's impact. Despite its flaws, Cinderella's Revenge is not without its moments. The film takes risks, pushing the boundaries of what we might expect from a horror version of a beloved fairy tale. However, these risks don't always pay off, leaving the film feeling more like a missed opportunity than a fresh take on the genre. In conclusion, Cinderella's Revenge offers a unique twist on a classic story, but it struggles to balance its horror elements with a coherent and compelling narrative. While some viewers might appreciate the film's bold approach, others may find it lacking in substance and execution. As you watch this film, ask yourself, is this the kind of revenge story that resonates, or does it leave you longing for a more thoughtful exploration of the darker side of fairy tales?